Welcome back to Fast RC Buddy. My name is Ryan, and I'm going to cut the intro. That's it. So, this video is going to be about more RC price hikes and what new models that I'm finding in my dashboard that has risen in price that I have not already talked about. So, let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to get to the dashboard, and I'll talk about it more there. Alright, so here we are at fastrc.net, where you can find my RC price tracker dashboard. So if you go ahead and scroll down, you will see this section for the RC price dashboard, and I got a new page for you guys, the price hike tracker. So with all the price changes that are going on this past few months, I felt like it'd be a good idea to actually start tracking not just discounts, but price hikes. So here we are. Let's put long story short. There are a lot of models that I'm going to cover in this video that have seen just prices across the board. And now a quick thing about the prices, and I have it here on the dashboard. The percentage change in these prices on all of these models that we talked about today, this is going to be the percentage change from the initial prices that I brought in like March, early March to mid-March. So these aren't even like capturing all of the price hikes from like January or late last year. But some of these are staggering. Like some of these actually like really caught me off guard. And some of the numbers actually are worse than what's going to show up on my price dashboard because we've seen multiple price hikes. So for example, like the Arrma Gorgon that I got here behind me, that one, I bought it for $140 back like at the end of 2024. And now it's up to $190, which, you know, that's like a 20+% increase. So, just keep that in mind. We're looking at we're comparing prices today to early March. So speaking of that, let's start with Arrma because that's the biggest brand that I've been covering the last couple weeks. And now here it is in all its glory. It's just on one table for you guys. You can see the percentage rise since early March for every model here for Arrma. So we have everything for like the Typhon 6X BLX. We have the Fireteam 6S BLX, which I just talked about in episode 4 of RC Weekly. So $50 price hike on that one, which is, you know, just under 8% price increase. Just, you know, almost 9.5% increase for the Typhon 6S. Some other notable models here, you can see the Kraton 6S also has a nearly 8% price hike. And the Notorious 6S BLX also nearly 8%. So looking at these, I'll go back and take a look, but I'm pretty sure all three of these models saw a $50 price increase. And then you can just go down the list. Like I urge you guys to go to fastrc.net, take a look for yourself, but you can see, you know, you have a lot of them, you know, the Granites, the Furies, the Gorgons, the Vortex, the Centons, all down the list, 5%, 5%, 5%. And you just see it, you can just keep going down and see all the models. They're all there. So the list is pretty extensive. And it's just interesting to look at. So let's look at some other models. So let's just go down the list. We'll look at Axial next. So this one, so when I found this yesterday, Axial had quite a few price hikes on some of their models, in particular 3 models. The Axial Ryft, the SCX 424 Basecamp, and then the SCX6 Jeep JLU. All of those have seen 9% or above, or in the case of the Ryft, it's an 11% increase in price. I thought that was interesting, but then the more I thought about it, it started to make sense to me that, you know, Axial is under that Horizon Hobbies umbrella, just like Arrma, Losi. And so it makes sense, like we've seen Arrma price hikes go, you know, it would make sense that all of those brands under that umbrella, you know, will see some type of price hike. It does make me question or start to wonder, you know, 11% compared to like what tariff percentages we're seeing. It makes you wonder how much of the vehicle actually, you know, excuse me, it makes me wonder how much of the vehicle actually does come from like China, or how many of the components, and whether or not like the prices are going to be fully affected by tariffs or only just partly. I don't know. I'll have to do some more investigative reporting. But long story short, we are seeing price hikes, and you got definitely Axial is under that umbrella. And let's go and take a look at Element RC. There actually really isn't any for Element RC, except for this one here that has a 140% price increase. I dug into these for whatever reason. Like there will be like some price anomalies that will pop up in the data where like a price will, you know, double, or like a vehicle will double in price, like this one, and then it'll spike and then it'll quickly come back down to its normal price. So these big ones that are like outrageous, a lot of times you can just ignore them. Taking a look at Kyosho, we did see some price hikes here with Kyosho. And some of these again are kind of interesting. Like I specifically looked at this MP10E, and actually let's just go take a look at it here while we're here. So when you're in this dashboard, if you scroll down, there's like pages. So I like to go to page number, I think it's page number 3. So page 3, I like this one a lot because this is the A-Main Hobbies. It's specific to A-Main Hobbies. And what's cool, if you go here to this drop-down menu and just click in the, there's a search bar here and you can search. So actually, I forgot what name that was. Hold on. Okay, MP10E. Let's go take a look at the MP10E. Take you guys on a field trip. And if you just search MP10E, you'll see it right here. Here it is right here, MP10E, TK12. I think that's the one we're looking at. Yeah, so this is one of those ones that was kind of weird. Like, it's deceiving. So the normal price of this thing, or the current price, is $620. But for whatever reason, in March 21st, then when I ran it again on March 25th, this thing was sitting at $1,100 for the kit, and then it quickly came back down. The only thing I could think of is maybe there was like low stock or something like that, so the price got bumped up. But long story short, these are anomalies, and you do find these from time to time with Team Associated and Kyosho. So if I go back, you'll see this first one, yeah, 77% price jack, but it's not the actual like current price. So going on, and it's just kind of the way I handled the data, like the way I had it set up. It's saying this is the base price, but when actuality, like the base price is $620. Some other ones here, we got some Kyoshos. All of these like big ones, 50%, 44%, 40, anything that's like, you know, over 30%, you can start to question really. So this Kyosho one's kind of hard to look at, to be honest. But these ones down here that I look at, like the Outlaw Rampage, that one I definitely believe it has a 9% price hike. Like actually, I do remember this truck in particular, the Rampage Pro, was $220. So this has recently seen a price bump of $20, most likely. So yeah, Kyosho's not immune. Although, like I said, their pricing is like all over the place. Just something I'm noticing in the data, like Kyosho pricing is like, it's wild. Losi, a little bit more consistent, but we are seeing some price hikes. So the Mini LMT, 7% price hike. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't really follow the Mini LMT very closely. But if I remember right, that was like... Actually, let's just go look. Let's go look. So we'll go back to page 3. So we're going to look at Mini LMT. Same thing. We'll go here and we'll search. Also kind of a good tutorial how to use this dashboard. So we'll just check Mini LMT. Yeah, so one of these guys. Yep. $20 price increase, Losi Mini LMT. So current price right now, base price is sitting at $299, when in fact the last time I ran this price check, click off of this was like early April 7th. It was $280, and then just within the last week it bumped up to $300, so that's a bummer. But not surprising, it's under that Horizon Hobby umbrella, so it's seeing price hikes just like everything else. Let's go back to the chart. And so yeah, that's a bummer. 7%. So basically all of the Mini LMTs have been bumped up $20. We've seen the Bog Hog is bumped up 4.6. The Kingsling, same thing, 4.6. Promoto. Oh, the Supermoto. Man, that was just on sale too. Like I literally, like RC Weekly episode 2, I was talking about an $80 sale. And now it's gone up in price. Let's go take a look at that one too. So let's just check the Supermoto. Come back here, just go to the search bar. Supermoto. Sorry I'm typing slow, guys. My keyboard's like kind of crazy. Yeah, what a bummer. That is a bummer. Okay, so anyways, yeah, it was 580 and now it's at the 600. Kind of weird thing. I don't know why. I need to go back through my price data because I could have swore this was actually, when it was on sale, you could get it for like 500. I don't know why that's not showing up. but nonetheless, now it's $600 car or motorcycle. All right, so that's Losi. You kind of get the gist. Like, we're seeing price bumps basically across the board. And let's go down. Redcat, that's another one that I was like shocked by. So Redcat is basically 10% on every single model from Redcat. And look at this, 10% all the way down the board. You got some 9% and some 8% in there, but yeah, like a lot of their stuff is up in price, and not surprising. Like I don't know the origin of all the Redcat stuff, but I would imagine like a lot of it is manufactured in China, or a lot of the components. So not shocking, kind of in line with the rest of them. So not singling out Redcat, I just didn't realize it. Like honestly, like even as much as I've been looking at prices the last like month and a half, so this stuff like is really easy to slip under the radar and you don't even realize it. So yeah, 10%. All some favorites in here. You got the Valkyrie, the Machete, the Everest Gen 7. So that's an older model, but yeah, there's some lowriders. I know I've talked about lowriders a couple times. Price hikes on those too. Let's keep on going. So we're not done yet. So Team Associated. Okay, so Team Associated is kind of like Kyosho in a way. Sometimes their pricing is like kind of crazy. But in particular, this RB10 and this Pro 2 LT. So this guy, 47% up. I don't know what's up with this model, but if you go and buy or look for the Pro 2 LT, the non-battery and charger model, so just the vehicle by itself without the battery and charger, it's like half the price almost. So that's the Pro 2 LT. Let's just go take a look. Pro 2 LT. Pro 2 LT. What do we see? Yeah, there's like a bunch of... So these are all just the different variations. So here's the battery charger model. And if you scroll through one of these... Yeah, this is the non-battery charger. So the non-battery charger model has actually gone down in price a bit. To $299.99. So that's interesting. So like it spiked in price and then came down $350. Now it's $300, and that's the base price. Which the way that I pull the data in, that's interesting. That means that there actually is like a price decrease on this vehicle, and it's not on sale. At least I don't actually. I take that back. It is on sale. I think this actually is on sale. Sorry, getting it wrong. Let's check the battery charger model. Yep, battery charger model, $610. And it's been $600 since like April 1st, March 31st. Wow. So that's what I mean. Like their pricing is kind of all over the place sometimes. It could be sky high like this for like a whole month, and then it could drop in price back down to $400. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So this is the whole reason why I have the price tracker dashboard. It's just so we can see this, because I'm telling you, it's like all over the place. The Mini 12 Lux, the MT12 Lux, I was looking at that earlier. 29% price increase. That saw like a massive uptick, which is surprising. But yeah, so let's keep going. We're not done yet. Let's take a look at Traxxas. And look at that. Traxxas, 0% across the board. So this is, of course, since early March. Not surprising. I look at the Traxxas prices pretty often, and they always look pretty much the same. Occasionally they'll have a sale, which they do have a sale right now on a couple TRX4 High Trail and Sport, and they actually still have the sale with the BL2S model Slash getting a battery and a charger. But yeah, they have not raised their prices, at least not yet. But, I kind of look at this and I think like, well, you don't have to raise your prices if you're already expensive. Sorry, Traxxas, just kidding. But yeah, they haven't raised their prices, and we'll keep an eye. We'll see if they do raise their prices. This dashboard, this page in particular, as I update these prices every week, if they do update the prices, then you'll see the percentages in this chart. So nothing for Traxxas and Vanquish, and I think actually 0 for Vanquish also, if I remember right. Yeah, bunch of zeros. So they have not raised their prices, which is good news. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like let's just go back to Arrma. It's a bummer. It sucks seeing price increases, and I know this hobby is expensive. Like I trust me, I've had, I've spent thousands of dollars on RC models and rigs and parts and things like that. It's just, you have to pay to play in this game, which sucks. But the whole point of this price tracking dashboard, like I've said for weeks on RC Weekly, over and over and over, is to track this kind of stuff and to keep track of the sales. Because honestly, like, there's flash sales that pop up out of nowhere, and you could save like 30-40%. And so that's kind of what I want this dashboard to be. Is like, oh shoot, like sale pops up, you can find it. Or maybe you find a sale on like Amazon or eBay, and you're wondering like, well, I wonder if this is actually like a good price or not. Well, you can come to RC Price Tracker, look at the Horizon and A-Main prices that are historical for that model, and see like, oh, it's a pretty good price, or maybe it's not so good. Also too, like I mentioned before, I think this price tracker is definitely going to have like a seasonality to it, to where we're going to see the peaks and the valleys for like sales, like summer sales, spring sales. Black Friday is going to be a big one, holiday sales. And it's going to be very interesting to see how low prices dip compared to the price hikes that we're seeing now. So stay tuned. If you enjoy this kind of content, which I don't know if you would, it's kind of a lot of data crap, but but if you're trying to save money, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, I appreciate it, and I'll go ahead and catch you guys on the next episode.